Hello, it's Mrs. Pigay. Welcome to our first assembly of the term. Now before we start, you might want to get a piece of paper and a pen or pencil, some colouring crayons or some felt tips so that you can draw your ideas or write them down later on. Now I hope you've had a great week. It's been really lovely to see so many familiar faces in school and so many smiles. And I have enjoyed seeing lots of you who are learning at home through our classroom video screens. Now I'm sure it's been a very busy week, so let's start with some calm me time. That's great. Now, let's see if we can just breathe deeply in and out for a minute, just to calm you down and to focus your thoughts and ideas. And as you breathe in and you breathe out, try and feel your tummy and your chest rising and falling as you breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's try that again. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, in this calm space, I want you to think about and picture perhaps somebody in your head, somebody that you love, somebody that you care about, perhaps a family member or a good friend, perhaps even a pet. And I wonder if you can think why they're so special and why you love them so much. And as you're thinking about that, I'd like you to think and breathe in and breathe out deeply. Let's just have a few more minutes of thinking time. That's great. Okay, I've got a song to share with you. Listen here. It's coming up. Okay, that was great. What a lovely song. So what do you think the theme of our assembly is this afternoon or this morning? That's That's right. Friendships and relationships. Now, I bet you've got some great relationships with all sorts of people. Family members and friends at school and friends at home, cousins, grandmother, grandfather, lots of special people. But you know, making good relationships, I think, is a bit like making a cake. I think that making a great cake or making a great friendship really needs the right ingredients. So for making a great cake, a bit like this one here, what kinds of ingredients do you think we need? What's in this bowl? What are they adding here? And here? What are these? And this? I wonder what they're adding here. And there it is, all in the baking tin. Now, I think that that could be sugar or cocoa powder. But what if it's salt? What if it's something gooey instead of sugar? And in this bowl, it looks like they're adding a little bit of water. What if that's something like lemonade? What about this? That looks like a little bit of oil. But my gosh, what if it was ink? And instead of the eggs, what about cheese? And instead of the flour, what about snow? Instead of the cream, what about marshmallow or paint? And how much of each thing in the cake? If we didn't have 5 eggs, or we had 10, or we didn't have any, I wonder whether the cake would end up like this. And what about following the instructions to make a good cake? Oops! If you didn't follow the instructions and you didn't get it right, it wouldn't be a very good cake. What are wrong with these cakes? It doesn't look as if there's been much care to make these cakes. Not so good. I don't think either of those cakes would be particularly delicious. So we need the right ingredients to make the cake the best it can be. So what about friendship and positive relationships? Well, I think making and creating a positive relationship and a good friendship is a little bit like making a great cake. With the right ingredients and the right method, you're going to come out with a great one. But if the ingredients are not the right ones and the method is not followed, then the cake might end up looking like this. So I wonder what the right ingredients are for a great friendship. And I wonder how much of the ingredients we need. And how can we make it in the right way? How can we make a friendship be a good one? And I wonder whether you can draw or write a recipe for being a good friend or having a good relationship. Think about the ingredients, like a big tablespoon of kindness, or maybe 50 grams of trust. How about 500 milliliters of thoughtfulness? If you were making a cake, a friendship cake, what ingredients would you put in there? And how would you make sure that you make it right? Now, at this point, I'd like you to pause the video and I'd like you to think about that friendship cake. I'd like you to think about the ingredients. I'd like you to think about what it looks like. I'd like some great ideas that we can share about how to make and how to keep great friendships. So pause the video now. Thank you. So I think that you might have had some great ideas of how to make and build positive relationships. And we'll be talking a lot more about this during the rest of the term. I think you've probably made some great suggestions for a friendship cake. And I'd like to share them with everybody else. I wonder what colour your friendship cake would be. I wonder what decorations you might have on them. I'd like you to share some ideas. Perhaps the next time you're in school and you can talk to your teacher about what makes a great friend. Well, I hope you have a really good weekend and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye bye.